Namaste, welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Surya Namaskar or Sun Salutation. So Sun Salutation or Surya Namaskar is the oldest Hatha Yoga practice known. References to it are found in Ramayana and Mahabharata. Today I'm going to show you 4 different ways of practicing Sun Salutations. So first one will be a regular practice, just normal. Second one will be a regular practice with blocks, and that is for people who have a hard time coming from downward facing dog into lunge position. So they get stuck, they are in down dog, the foot doesn't move all the way forward, it is halfway forward and then knee protrudes, heel comes up, and that is not good for the knee issues. The third variation will be using a chair, and that is for people with more limited flexibility and strength. And the fourth one will be Surya Namaskar against the wall. And before we begin our practice today, let's talk about who should not be doing Sun Salutations or Surya Namaskar. So it is a challenging practice for your knees, for your shoulders, for your lower back. It can be challenging for somebody with heart issues. It is challenging for people with high heat in the body or high pitta in the body. So what Sun Salutation does is it activates your Pingala Nadi or the sun channel in the body, which automatically increases the level of heat in the body. So someone with let's say rosacea or skin issues should avoid any practice that is heating for the body. Someone who is having diarrhea, I don't think anyone with diarrhea would even attempt, but if you have that issue and you have a regular practice you want to continue, please stop during the time when you're suffering from any digestive issues. Pregnancy would be another contraindication for Sun Salutations. So again, to cap it, knee, lower back, shoulder issues, heart issues, too much heat, and pregnancy. Let's talk about who should be doing Surya Namaskar. So someone who wants to increase flexibility and strength, and actually great for weight loss also. It is also good for improving your breathing. Because of the cardiovascular workout, it improves the lung capacity. So good preparatory practice for pranayam, good preparatory practice for meditation also, because repeatedly doing this practice calms the mind down. So the next part, why Sun Salutation? So this practice, like I said, it is ancient practice, but why did they call it Sun Salutation? They could have called it Vinyasa flow practice, but they called it Sun Salutation. So sun is a very powerful entity in our physical world. So sun also represents, at the physical level, it is a life-giving force. At the mental level, it represents compassion, it represents nurturing, and at the spiritual level, it represents enlightenment. So hence the Sun Salutation. And there might be other reasons that I cannot figure out centuries after the practice began. So with full respect and honor to the ancient yogis, let's begin our practice today.
Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaya Namaha. Om गर्भाय नमः ॐ मरीचये नमः ॐ आदित्याय नमः ॐ सवित्रे नमः ॐ अर्काय नमः ॐ भास्कराय नमः.
So this was a regular Surya Namaskar practice with mantra. So let's do one modification that is good for people who have trouble coming from downward facing dog into lunge position. So same way of doing the practice, beginning with palms together, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale into Uttanasana. You can have your hands here, knees bent for back pain. And then step your right foot back for lunge. Lower your hands and you can come into plank pose. From here, go into your variation of Ashtanga Namaskar, and if Ashtanga Namaskar is hard, you can just lie down on your belly, come into a gentle up dog if you have lower back issues, and then go into downward facing dog. To come from downward facing dog into lunge position, having the blocks under your hands helps. And then you can step forward, and then step the other foot forward, back into forward bend, and then inhaling back bend and exhaling hands to your heart. Remember to do it on the right and the left side. So now we are going to do another variation of Sun Salutation using the chair. And here is Brian, all ready to do his Sun Salutations with the help of the chair. And this is good for people who have trouble folding all the way down, or just getting on and off the floor is harder for them. So let's begin with palms together. Inhale, arms up, bend back. Exhale, fold forward, and here he can have his hands on the chair or with his knees bent, or he can actually have his hands towards his feet if he wanted to do that. And then to come into lunge position, instead of stepping his right foot back, I'm going to ask him to step his left foot under the chair, extend the right foot further back to come into lunge. And of course, if someone has knee issues, you don't have to go so far down. Can you move your back foot forward a few more inches? And you can just change that and then step your left foot back to come into plank or forward bend. If plank is harder, he's doing plank. And make sure anytime you're using chair, push the chair against the wall so it doesn't slide, or have it on top of a mat so it doesn't slide. Inhale into a gentle back bend, and that's your up dog, and then down dog. Exhale into down dog. Inhale and step your right foot forward. Now he's stretching his left leg. And then from here to go back into forward bend, I will have to ask him to step his right foot a few inches back and come into forward bend or Uttanasana, and he can lower his hands down. And then inhale all the way up and back. Exhale, hands to your heart center to conclude the practice, and repeat that on the left side also. So this would be a modification using the chair. So our fourth variation of Surya Namaskar is against the wall, and it is a little bit easier on forward bends and lunges. Begin with your hands together at your heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the wall. And knees can be bent, and this is great for someone with tight hamstrings. Make sure your hands are not too dry and slippery against the wall. And then to come into lunge position, again, I'm going to ask you to step your left foot forward and move your right foot further back. And Brian has enough flexibility to come into a deep lunge, but someone who has knee issues, for them using the wall would be helpful if they want to lift up, come up more, and this might be their pose. And then go ahead and step your left foot back, Brian, to come into what is Phalakasana or plank pose. And then inhale into up dog. Yeah, we are skipping Chaturanga or Ashtanga here. Exhale into down dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. And down dog, the angle of the hips and the feet is slightly more diagonal. And then from here, go ahead and step your right foot forward. So he stretches his left leg and he can go deeper into it, and someone doesn't want to go that much deeper, they can stay higher with the help of the wall. And then go ahead and step your right foot back to come into forward bend. And you can lower your hands down, bend your knees if that takes you a little bit deeper, and good extension in the back, no rounding in the lumbar area, especially if knees are bent, you can create that. And then inhale all the way up and back. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And that is half of the Sun Salutation. To repeat that on the left side, he will begin by stepping his right foot forward in the lunge position. So that's how you will do the 4 different variations of Sun Salutation for people who can do regular, or for people who cannot do regular and need some support from wall or chair or blocks. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. If you like it, please remember to like it and subscribe it. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Please always use precautions as you are practicing. Every body is different and you have to honor the messages from your body. Namaste.